Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahabi ajma'in amma ba'd. Grade 9 students, we are going to start a new lesson, chapter 12, Indices. We'll do a small recap, a small introduction, what you studied earlier in grade 8. So, indices means we studied in grade 8 how to write numbers on power form. We'll take an example. So this number we are pronouncing like this, 2 to the power 3. So most commonly we are using the power number on the base 10. Okay, we'll use 10 squared. In the measurement finding area, we studied we write like this, centimeter squared. That is not the actual pronunciation. We have to pronounce square centimeter, but in our day-to-day life we just pronounce it centimeter squared, like this, 10 squared or 10 to the power 2. So what does that mean? 10 to the power 2, what does that mean? In the upper number we have a value 2, so that means this is not a single 10. There are two tens, multiply each other. Okay, 10 into 10, because the upper number, the value is 2, so that means there are two elements. So we'll go to the first one, we called as 2 to the power 3. So it means the upper number mention how many elements of this are there. So 2 into 2 into 2, so that means 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8. So we studied earlier like this on grade 8. So we'll come to grade 9. So what is that, the number below here and the number here? So we called as power form. So that's why we call 2 to the power 3 10 to the power 2, that is power form. So what does that mean? So if you take 2 to the power 3, so we say the 2, this 2 is base. We call the 2 as base and the 3 as index. The 3, the upper number we called as index, the lower number we called as base. That's why the subject is indices. So the lesson is related to the index number, related to index. So that's why indices. So altogether, this whole form called as power. This format called as power. That's why we pronounce like this, 2 to the power 3, 10 to the power 2. So this is the basic idea of indices. Okay, you can write this into your textbook, this format only, and we'll continue it. Okay, when you studying in grade 8 about these indices, we are studied to extract a power form. For example, a cube. What is a cube means? In the indices, the number represent how many times the base is there. The indices number indicates how many base numbers are there. The base numbers are always multiply with each other. So a3, a cube, a to the power 3. So that means there are 3 a's multiply with each other. So a into a into a. When you come to algebraic terms, so we are just extracting it. So we'll look at another example, 5a squared. 5a squared. When we have algebraic term with a number. We studied earlier on our algebraic lessons the a called as coefficient. Okay, that is not this the matter. 5 and a, the number and the algebraic term always multiply with each other. So 5, there are no index, so 5 is there no index. Yeah, if it is a single number, 2 always it has index 1, the power 1. So power 1 means, index 1 means it indicates there is only 1 2. So 5 to the power 1, so only 1 5. A squared, that means a into a. Okay, we'll look at another example. X squared y cube. Okay, x and y both multiply with each other. So in if we take x only, the x has 2 elements. Index indicates the elements, number of elements. Then there are 3 y's. Okay, so that is the index form. We are extracting the index form. So we'll look at another example, fourth one, important one to grade 9. X y all squared. X and y all squared. In here, all 3 before examples, we have individual power form, individual index are there. In this case, for x and y, common index is there 2. For x, the power is 1. For y, the power is 1. So altogether, x and y, we have power 2. So how to extract it? X squared means what? There are 2x. So x into x. Xy all squared. What does that mean? So there are 2xy. Simple. Xy into xy. Okay. We know that x and y are multiplied with each other. Those x and y are multiplied with each other. So we can write it as like this. X into x into y into y. All are multiplication. So now what is x into x? X squared. Then y into y, y squared. When you extract x, y all squared with the all squared, when you extract it, you can give it to the individual number. So xy, we have power 1, altogether 2. So we can multiply directly to the power. Okay, that is x squared, 2 into 1 x squared, 2 into 1 y squared. So how did this happen? We'll explain like this. There are 2 elements. Each element multiply with other. So if you multiply each element, so we can have the answer as x squared and y squared. So that is a main thing you have to remember here. Likewise, x over y all squared. So individually, x has index 1, y has a index 1. So if you give the 2 into the x and y, we will have x squared over y squared. So how did it came? So if you can extract it, we can easily understand this. X over y all squared. That means x over y into x over y. There are 2x over y. So multiply with the numerators x into x. That means x squared. We will mention if there are 2 x's. We will mention on index. Okay. Y into y, y squared. So that is our previous answer. X squared, y squared. So those are the small reminder for what we studied in grade 8. So now you can try your review exercise to remember what are the things you studied in grade 8. So after doing the grade review exercise, continue this video to start the grade 9 part. Okay, we'll start it. The 12.1 section, product of powers with same base. Product of powers with same base. Okay, product means we know multiplication. Product indicates a multiplication. Product of powers with same base. So we'll take an example, 2 squared into 2 squared. Product of powers with same base. We have a multiplication, we have power form, 2 squared power form, but with the same base. Both multiplication numbers are with same base 2. So that is our 12.1 heading. So if you use the style you studied in grade 8, what is the simplification? What is the answer of this question? 2 squared into 2 squared. Okay, in grade 8 we'll extract it. 2 squared means 2 into 2. Another 2 squared means 2 into 2. Always we extract it. So 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8, 8 into 2 that is 16. So that's what we are studying in grade 8. So instead of this method we are using a similar and easiest way to find the simplify this question. So that is our 12.1 section. How do we multiply with the same base? Power form with the same base. So first we understand the law we are using in this section. So the first law of index, write it as law 1. The first law of index. There are 5 laws. So the first one is product of same base with powers. Product of powers with same base. We'll take a to the power m into a to the power n. A to the power m, it is in the power form. A to the power n, it is also in the power form. With the multiplication, both values have same base, a. So what is the next step? The law says if you have same base number in the power form, when it is going to be multiplication, you should add the powers. So a, write the base in one time. There are 2 bases but common. We write it as a common base. Then what about the index? It is always addition. So add the index m plus n. So that is our law. One of the law belongs to same base. So நாங்கள் இதை அப்ளை பண்ணி பார்ப்போம். அப்ளை பண்ணி பார்க்குற நேரம் எங்களுக்கு ஈஸியாக அது விளங்கும். ஓகே, வில் டேக் த எக்ஸாம்பிள் earlier we did 2 squared into 2 squared. So we have same base and multiplication. So what is the first step? There are 2 bases. We can write it as one common base 2. So what about the index m plus n? M plus n. Always when multiply the same base, always the index should be added. So 2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2. You have to write this step. Okay. So finally 2 plus 2, that is 4. So what does that mean? 2 to the power 4. You don't want to write the extraction form. Calculate it mentally. 2 to the power 4. 2 into 2, 4. So 4 into 2, 8. 8 into 2, 16. So 16. Don't want to write the extraction. Directly you can write the answer. So how do we apply the law? With the same base multiplication, always you should add the index. So with same base 2 multiplication, we can add the index. So that gives power 4. So what is the value of 2 to the power 4? That is 4 times 2. So 16. So we'll take another example here. We'll take another example. 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 5. Okay, with the same base multiplication power form, so we'll write a common base. Taking from these 2 bases, we'll write only one base. because that's our law. So a to the power m, a to the power n, we write it only one a, common power, common base. Sorry. Then what about to the index? So it is always addition. So 3 plus 5. So that is our law. Then after that we have the calculations. Okay. So 2 to the power 3 plus 5, that is 8. So you have to do the mental maths. Okay. Don't want to write the extraction 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Don't write the extraction. So you have to remember, like the multiple tables in using this subject. You have to remember some junctions. So 2 to the power 1, that is 2. 2 to the power 2, that is 4. That is 2 into 2. We can easily remember the 2 to the power 5. 2 into 2 4. 4 into 2 8. 8 into 2 16. 16 into 2 32. Okay, so 32 into 2 64. 64 into 2 128. 128 into 2 256. So 2 to the power 8 256. So you can easily understand this law. So we'll take another example. A squared, a to the power 3, b squared. Okay, simplify it. A squared, a to the power 3 into b squared. Simplify it. So we can use this law, the first law, for the same base. So we have a. Only for a we can use this law. B we can't use because the base is different. So we can use this law for a. So the first step, we can write a common base and the index are on addition form. So what about the b? Write the b as it is in the question. We can't do anything for that algebraic element. So what about a now? A to the power 5 into b squared. So that is our final answer. When it comes to numerical value, numbers, we should find the value. When it is come to algebraic term, we just simplify the index only, because we don't have the answer as a numerical value. Okay, we'll take another example here. 4x squared into 9x. 4x squared into 9x. We have two numbers. We know 4 into x squared, 9 into x. So all the four elements are multiplying with each other. So we can write that, if it is come in this form, we can write the numbers in the first place. 4 into 9. Because numbers are not in the power form, so we don't use the law without the power form. So 4 into 9 as it is 4 into 9. So what about x? Here we have same base x. X to the power 2, x to the power 1. So we can use the product law, first law. So into x to the power 2 plus 1. The x squared and x are multiplying. So with the same base, the product, the first step is addition. So 4 into 9, 36. So x to the power 3. 4 into 9, 36. X to the power 3. So that is our first law. When we are multiplying the power form with the same base, we are using the first step. The law says the first step. After the first step, the calculation, mathematical calculation. What is the first step you have to do at the index? So that is our first law of 12.1 indices. Now you can do the 12.1 exercise, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.